I'm a painter. My name is Susu. I have two bodies of practice. One is work on canvas, another is called Bombyx paintings. So I started painting since I was a kid, like very little, and I think my interest since I was 4 until now is always doing observation, and lots of times that's to do with light. Later on, when I had years of oil painting experience, I start thinking about, well, is there any other way I could make like a temptation to either analyze lights or express light in a different way than I've done before? And what if I build layers more like a landscape and weaving each layers together like an architecture? And then I realized canvas is not my best friend for that purpose, because the weight of the oil start collapse. And I thought, well, who I'm really fighting with, it's the gravity. Like gravity is dragging everything down. So what if, like, instead of I'm fighting with the gravity, but I could use it. I could try to paint upside down. If I flip the canvas and paint backwards from behind, then gravity could become my friend. I think, well, canvas, it's not a good candidate. What else I could do? So I replaced the canvas to be the silk tool, which is the fabric I use for the Bombyx paintings. I think like there are lots of times paintings are invisible. People don't really look at the paintings. You don't spend time to study them. We're really paying attention to see. We're trying to imagine what's the world you could go to with the painting. And I think so as myself, as a female, like I think lots of times people, like don't spend time to read me. And I become invisible as well. So I thought, well, is there any other way I could make a painting in a way to ask the viewer to spend time? When I'm making the Bombyx paintings, because it's such a special progress and I need so many lights underneath on the floor to lighten up the painting. In the summertime, my windows are open to have the good ventilation going on. And there's one time that I'm working late at night. I was very exhausted, so focused on getting the paintings. And there's one mouse just landed right up to like a really good section I was really proud of. But then later on I was like, but I actually like that. It created a really interesting moment to me that the painting sort of like pulling attention, like it asking you to come to see because there is a live animal that's like chose to become part of the painting. And I thought that's very like interesting. I want to embrace that as a part of the work. And on the other hand, I do feel like it would be okay to be vulnerable, because when I see, there is a mouse like on the painting, or there is a dragonfly on the painting, butterfly on the paintings, I do feel like in front of nature we are all vulnerable, like as human beings. I was looking at a scientific show. One time they were interview a scientist, and he was using silk to making architecture components, which is fascinating because you think silk is such like a thin, delicate, like soft material, but he somehow compressed them and he used that for making buildings and architecture purpose. And then he mentioned about oh, the Bombyx are the silk mouse who's making silk. And I thought, well, it's also kind of interesting to call the paintings Bombyx as, Bombyx are working on silk. So am I.